Us is the highly anticipated second feature film from writer-director Jordan Peele. This film comes just a few years after Peele's critically acclaimed and commercially successful debut film, Get Out, which later went on to win the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Us stars Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke and follows the Wilson family as they attempt to have a peaceful getaway vacation at their family house in Santa Cruz, California. The Wilsons visit Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk, catch up with some friends they haven't seen in a while, and all seems to be going great. That is until the Wilsons return to their house later that evening and find a strange family in their driveway. And much to their horror, these strangers seem to look exactly like them. When Us was first announced, I was extremely excited. I'd always been a giant fan of Jordan Peele's comedy sketches on Comedy Central, so when he first announced Get Out, I was really hyped up because it was a side of him that I hadn't really seen before. And when I watched Get Out, I instantly fell in love with it. It was a perfect blend of horror and social commentary, and it was easily one of the best horror films that I had seen in recent memory. For these reasons, I knew Peele had a lot to live up to. When the Us trailer first dropped and then the promotional posters began to roll out slowly afterwards, I only felt my anticipation begin to build and build. I am so thankful and happy to say that Us did not disappoint me in the slightest. And Jordan Peele has proven that it is completely possible to avoid what many people call the sophomore slump, which is an instance in which filmmakers experience a dip or fall in quality in their second feature films. I know so many people are going to feel the need to compare Us and Get Out, but I'm strongly encouraging anyone that wants to see Us, please don't do that, because Us and Get Out deserve to live on their own. They're completely unique in their own ways, and they should not be compared to each other. Us truly blew me away, and Jordan Peele is solidifying himself to be one of the modern masters of horror for his ability to just develop these intricate and detailed narratives and bring them to life on the screen. To me, Us is this perfect showcase for how broad and beautiful the horror spectrum truly is, and the dialogue, the plot narrative, and the amazing performances in this movie, particularly by powerhouse Lupita Nyong'o, really elevate the entirety of this entire movie. Lupita Nyong'o needs to be recognized for her performance in this movie, and honestly, if the Oscars want to snub another amazing performance just because this is a horror movie, I'm gonna be furious. Probably even more furious than I was when Toni Collette got robbed of her nomination for her performance in 2018's Hereditary. Us is not your typical horror film, but I don't really think any of us expected that coming from Jordan Peele, especially not after Get Out. I know I didn't. Us is a complex story, and it has lots of details that could probably be missed in casual viewings. For example, the film talks about the idea of free will, fear of the other, and the complex of duality of good and evil. This film has comedy, it has mystery, suspense, drama, and it is horrifying in so many ways. On the surface level, the movie is obviously about the Wilsons being stalked and harassed by a family that seem to be the exact mirror replicas of them. There's blood, there's that classic slasher killer aspect embodied throughout the entire film, and of course there are so many tense moments that even I was clinging to the arm of my movie theater chair at many parts throughout the film. The comedy of this film, however, is something that I did not necessarily expect to make me really fall in love with this movie. The Wilsons are not some throwaway, stereotypically naive family that you could not care less if they died or not. They feel like real people. Throughout the film, there are so many moments of family dynamic banter, sibling rivalry, and as things begin to get progressively more intense and shocking, each member of the Wilsons begin to ask questions that even us, the viewers, could potentially have if we were the ones experiencing these events ourselves. They even find things to laugh about in order to cope with how everything around them seems to be falling apart. Another highlight of this movie is the amazing score. From the opening title card sequence, I was immediately hooked. It's haunting, it's eerie, it's uncomfortable, and Michael Abels did an amazing job with this music because it really sets the tone and elevates the entire film. In conclusion, I loved Us, and honestly, I can't wait to watch it again because even though I already have my own analysis made for it, I know there are a ton of small details that I missed, and I love that. I love films that continue to grow and get better every single time I watch them. They're proof that the art of film is truly a beautiful thing. In this video and other videos that I have on my channel where I give a review to something, I'm not going to use a star rating or letter grade system. I think they're very subjective, limiting, and quite frankly, unfair. I know we all use websites like Rotten Tomatoes to help us determine if we want to watch something, but I think we need to use those sites as a tool to help us get out of our comfort zones. Experiment different genres, watch things that we normally wouldn't watch. Of course you're going to watch a movie that you wanted to watch anyway, so why not go out of your way to see if you can enjoy things that you don't expect to enjoy? With that being said, how I'm going to base my reviews is all I'm going to say is if I liked it, I loved it, I didn't really care for it, and if you can skip it entirely. With Us, I loved it, and I highly encourage anyone to go see it. If you're a fan of horror, comedy, or anything that gets your heart racing, you have to see this movie. It deserves to be seen on a big screen with great sound, and it has an ending that is way too good to be spoiled for you. So go out and watch Us as soon as you possibly can. If you're interested in watching and hearing my analysis and spoiler-filled review of Us, I'm going to be linking it right here, and it will also be linked in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment below, a like, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great one.